Hi there, welcome to Temps LNet. In this video, we are going to discuss one passage of section A of LNet. Section A consists of 42 multiple choice questions. The questions are based on 12 argumentative passages with 3 or 4 multiple choice questions on each. You will be given 95 minutes to answer all of the questions. Now, I will be going to show you a passage. As we can see the structure of the passage, it has 3 paragraphs and we'll try to find out the summary of each and every paragraph. First paragraph talks about introduce a shift in bankruptcy. In second paragraph, author talks about author present the historical viewpoint on bankruptcy laws. Paragraph 3 talks the authors examines modern bankruptcy laws in which based on primary concern for the public good in consideration of bankruptcy issues. We have earlier discussed that after reading the passage, right, we have to analyze some points. That what are the points that you think that what is the main issue is in the passage? What is the main issue is being raised by the author, or what is the main point of the passage? So here the main point is what? Main point of the passage is that if you describe this passage, so main point of the passage is that changes in the bankruptcy laws that have taken places are for the best, and we should avoid the old approach and focus more on productivity and the greater good than the punishment. So instead of punishment, we should focus on the productivity. Point number 2, what is the author's viewpoint? What do you think what author is supporting or not, right? So it is clearly mentioned in the passage that authors assert that bankruptcy protection should continue to be available in the interest of the common good. Author examines that modern bankruptcy law, which is based on a primary concern for the public good in the consideration of the bankruptcy issue. So primary concern was the public good. So the public good is better served by the continued economic activity than the presence of the disabled or insolvent entities. So author's viewpoint is what he wants, that he is supporting the continued productivity. Point number 3, what is the author's tone? So whether author is positive or negative, yes, author is very much negative about the historical approach, but author at the same time is very much positive about the new approach. So here its tone is clearly given in the passage that earlier for the old approach he is negative, and for the new approach he is definitely very much positive. An author clearly believes that modern laws provide a more practical approach to helping all parties involved. So as we can say, the author clearly believes. Point number 4 says what assumptions are being made. So only assumption is that he has not criticized the new law. So maybe we can assume that he is assuming that defaulter will not misuse the new laws. So that is the assumption he has not discussed. He made it. Point number 5 is what information is being referred to draw the conclusion. How we can reach the conclusion? So conclusion is very much evident given in the passage that modern bankruptcy laws are designed primarily to issue continued engagement in productive economic activity with the ultimate goal of restoring the business. Point number 6 says that how would you, as always we should discuss that what is the counter argument. So in this passage there is no counter argument is given. He is not comparing with the old and the new laws. So there is no counter argument for the against the new bankruptcy laws. So definitely this point is not mentioned in the passage. So now you already read the passage. So now let's start solving the question. So now let's come to the questions. Question number 1 says, which one of the following most accurately expresses the main point of the passage? Option number A says, modern trend in bankruptcy law away from punishment and towards the maintenance of economic activity serves the best interest of society and should not be abandoned. So after reading the option number A itself, like because entire passage is talking about the same thing, that we need to change the old bankruptcy law and they are favoring the new bankruptcy law. So definitely option A is the best answer it seems, but we should also read all the options. Because in the option A, author believes that bankruptcy law should be changed basically, and we should not go back to the system that was focused on punishment and so instead of focus of punishment, we should go for the system which should be good for all. So definitely option A is the best option, but let's read other options as well. So option B says option B says bankruptcy laws have evolved in order to meet the needs of creditors who depend on the continued productivity activity of private citizen and profit-making enterprises. No, author basically does not claim that creditor needs basically cause the evolution. Creditors basically they were the cause for the evolution of these laws. No, this has not discussed. So B is out. C says modern bankruptcy laws are justified on humanitarian grounds, even though the earlier punitive approach was more economically efficient. No, the author basically does not assert that the earlier approach was more efficient. So C is also incorrect. No. D says punishment for debt no longer hold deterrent value for debtors and is therefore a concept that has been largely abandoned as ineffective. Author does not discuss the issue of deterrence, so answer D is incorrect. Option E says greater economic interdependence has triggered the formation of bankruptcy laws that reflect a convergence of interests of debtors and creditors. But the author does not claim that the increased interdependence has triggered the current law. So definitely E is out. So answer choice E is out. So answer A is the best option. So we'll go with the A. So A is correct option, which is basically favor in the new bankruptcy laws. So A is the answer for this. Let's come to the question 2. Question 2 says, in stating that bankruptcy laws have evolved perhaps unexpectedly as remedy for creditors, the author implies that creditors, option number A, are often surprised to receive compensation in bankruptcy code. No, I don't think so. A is the answer because author does not imply that creditors are surprised to get any compensation in bankruptcy code. So A can't be the answer. So A is definitely out. Option number B says that have unintentionally become the chief beneficiary of bankruptcy laws. No, there is no implications that the creditors would be the chief beneficiary. Only that might benefit. So option B is out. Definitely they are not chief beneficiaries. So option B is out. So B is out. C says were a consideration, though not a primary one, in formulation of bankruptcy laws. No, this is a tricky one, but author does not discuss whether the creditors were considered when the bankruptcy laws were formulated. So C is definitely out. C cannot be the right answer. D says are better served than immediately apparent by laws designed in first instance to provide a remedy for debtors. Yes, this is the correct answer choice. The implication as paraphrase, right, is the creditors may surprisingly benefit from the law's intent to help. So definitely D is the right answer because the entire thing is not to help to save the business. So D seems to be the right option, but we'll read E as well. Were themselves active in formulation of bankruptcy laws? No. So there is no implication that the creditors were involved in the formulation of modern bankruptcy law. So definitely he is also out. So is the correct answer choice for this question. Question number 3. Author's attitude towards the evolution of bankruptcy law can most accurately be described. Option number A. Approval of changes that have been made into inefficient law. Yes, because this seems to be the correct answer choice. Because we can say that this seems to be the correct answer choice because it reflects our summary above. What we have discussed in the entire passage, it is a key or gist or a summary of the entire passage. So the author supports of the modern bankruptcy approach as more reasonable and effective than the historical approach. So author is supporting new approach. So definitely A should be the right answer, but we'll read all the options. Option number B says confidence that further changes to today's laws will be unnecessary. This option goes too far. Author agrees that the changes have been taken places, but do not go so far. So claim that no further changes to the laws will ever be necessary. So definitely it is too far. So it is also out. So B is incorrect. Option number C says neutrality towards that laws that while helpful to many remain open to abuse. No, he was not neutral basically. Author attitudes is not neutral. It is supportive of changes that have taken places. So it is no, he's not neutral. He's definitely supporting. He's positive. So the answer choice is incorrect. So C is also out. D says skepticism regarding the possibility of solution of the problems of insolvency. The author is not skeptical but supportive of the ideas that bankruptcy is under the modern approach. So definitely D is also out. He's very much positive about the new laws. So D is out. Option number E says concerns that ineffective laws have been replaced by legislation too lenient to debtors. No, basically it is little off the track. Author supports modern up legislation and never suggests that newer laws are too lenient. He's not saying it is too lenient. So this answer choice should be eliminated basically. So correct answer choice will be definitely A. A is the right answer. Question number 4. The primary purpose of the passage is to, option number A, offer a critique of both past and present approaches to insolvency. The author basically, the passage does not discuss the both past and the present approaches, but the purpose of the entire purpose was the more provide the critique of each. No, I don't think so, because author is not discussing the past and present approaches, but the purpose is more to provide a critique of each. The author clearly wants that he is supporting to the new bankruptcy approach and basically wants against going back to the historical approach. So definitely A is out. So author is not offer a critique of both past and present approach to insolvency. A is option out. Option number B says that compare the practices of bankruptcy courts of the past with those of the bankruptcy courts of the present. No, there is no comparison. Author does not compare the old approach, but this is not the primary purpose, which is to lend support to the modern perspective to the bankruptcy. So B is definitely out. B cannot be the answer. C says criticize those who would change the bankruptcy laws of today. Author does not seek to criticize currently proposed changes, but to warn against the historical punishment based prospects. So historical based prospect author is author basic. So C is out. C cannot be the answer. So C is incorrect. D says re-examines today's bankruptcy laws in an efforts to point the further improvement. The author supports the modern perspective on the bankruptcy and does not discuss further improvement. He is not discussing about the further improvement. So definitely D is out. E says explain and defend contemporary bankruptcy laws. So because author is in the favor of the new laws. So this is the correct answer choice. The author is discussing the basis of modern approach and provides several points in support of the modern bankruptcy laws approach. So this perspective author is supporting. So definitely E is the right answer. So E is the correct answer choice.